He buried live rounds beneath the soil, turning them into pressure-activated traps. After that, he gathered even more ammunition and carefully extracted the powder to create strong homemade explosives, placing them across his land. To ignite everything, he dug a narrow channel and filled it with fuel, forming a long ignition line. He also installed trip triggers along the paths the enemies were likely to take and concealed every device beneath grass and dirt. But the most critical element of his strategy was the network of tunnels underground. First, he modified a double-barrel shotgun, cutting it shorter and positioning it at the tunnel entrance, ready to fire instantly. He sharpened steel rods into lethal spikes and hid them inside deep pits throughout the tunnels. Above, he suspended heavy wooden beams covered in metal spikes from the ceiling. Along the tunnel walls, he carved small openings so he could strike unseen from the darkness. He memorized every single trap because there were so many that even he could accidentally trigger one himself. And if anyone managed to survive all of that, he had a compound bow drawn at full power to ensure there was no escape. As a final safeguard, he concealed claymore charges and C4 explosives throughout the tunnels. This time, Rambo was not fighting just to stay alive. He was driven by vengeance. He was prepared to turn the entire area into a burial ground for his enemies. But what kind of people could force a man nearly 70 years old to take things this far? The reason was simple: his daughter. After retiring, Rambo never married and never had children. But when he reached 50, he adopted a young girl. Years later, as she grew older, she decided to travel to Mexico to search for her biological father. Rambo warned her not to go, telling her the man was dangerous and cruel. Lisa refused to listen. She was determined to meet him. She had no idea the journey would lead to her death, aided by someone she trusted in Mexico. Lisa eventually found her real father. Just as Rambo had said, the man showed no love or concern. He had once beaten her mother to death and saw Lisa as nothing more than a problem. Broken and devastated, Lisa was left alone and hopeless. Trying to lift her spirits, her friend brought her to a nightclub. That was when the horror began. A stranger at the bar secretly slipped drugs into her drink. When Lisa regained consciousness, she found herself imprisoned in a human trafficking operation where unimaginable abuse awaited her. One day passed, then another. Lisa never returned. As fear consumed him, Rambo armed himself, got into his car, and drove straight toward Mexico, fully prepared for war.